Hi, sixth grade scholars. Happy New Year. It's good to see you all here. And today we're going to be looking at what you're going to do during workshop today. During workshop today, you're going to be working on your brainstorm task. So you can see here you're going to go to Google Classroom and you're going to go to brainstorm narrative task. And you're going to click on this narrative task. I'm going to do it right here with you. And we'll see what you're going to be doing today. For your narrative task this week, you're going to be revising Cynthia Rylant's story by choosing one of the following options. You're going to either change the setting, you're going to change Doris's character, or you're going to change Mr. Lacey's character. Today, you're going to use the brainstorm box below to think about how you could change the setting, Doris's character, or Mr. Lacey's character. So you're going to choose one of these things to change, and then you're going to change it for the whole story. And we'll just take a look at a couple examples, and then you're going to go and brainstorm away. So for example, in Cynthia Rylant's version, the setting takes place in the winter. So I'm going to think about, okay, the story takes place in the winter, but in this, I want to change it. I want to revise her story and have it take place in the fall. Now, if I change Cynthia Rylant's story to take place in the fall, this is going to affect the plot. It's going to affect the story and change things about the story. So here I'm just going to brainstorm a couple things that might be changed. For example, it wouldn't be cold and snowy outside. It would be fall. So there might be leaves changing colors. Now, if it's not cold and snowy, Doris has to have another reason to stay home from school because she's not going to be staying home because there's a snow day because there's no snow, right? So I'm going to have to think of another reason or another way that the plot could change. So maybe I just want to say that Doris was really sick and had to stay home from school a couple days or several days even. So that's just one example of how I could change the setting and it would change the plot. Now let's look at another quick example. In Cynthia Rylant's version, Doris's character is very respectful. But maybe I want to change it and I want to make Doris's character disrespectful. It's kind of hard to type when you're talking at the same time. All right, if I change Doris's character to be disrespectful, this is going to change the story in some ways. So for example, in the story, when Doris is respectful, she doesn't make her parents feel guilty about not being able to afford the dog, right? Like she doesn't say, oh, we don't have enough money, it's all your fault, we can't keep the dog. But if I'm going to change the story and make Doris disrespectful, maybe I could say instead of being respectful to her parents about not having enough money to take care of the dog, Doris blames them and is mean to them about not having enough money to take care of the dog. Or if we wanted to look at an example of Mr. Lacey's character in Cynthia Rylant's book, Mr. Lacey's character, he is pretty calm. He's not a clam, he's calm. But if I were going to change it, maybe I wanted to make Mr. Lacey angry throughout the whole story and just an angry man. If I made Mr. Lacey an angry man, in the story, when Doris brings the puppy in, he's not angry at her. He doesn't raise his voice. He just says, well, I know where I'm going to take the puppy to. But if I change it and I make Mr. Lacey's character an angry character, when Doris comes in with the puppy, Mr. Lacey could yell at her to take the dog away. Instead of being calm. So that's just a couple ways that we could see how changing either the setting or changing one of the characters could affect the plot. I've just given you a couple examples. Go for it. It's your turn to brainstorm and give us all that you can. We'll look forward to reading with you what you've written.